Hello, YouTube family. Welcome to Escape from Crazytown. This is our recap of today's live stream. Today we're talking about what the new supply is feeling is not real. And the reason for that is because they are caught in this scam of love bombing, future faking, and just all out lies to win them over from by the narcissist. The narcissist is creating a vacuum where the new supply is feeling loved or seen for who they really are or known for the first time. They're feeling like they've never had quite this kind of connection with anybody before. They feel like the narcissist is their soulmate, right? The narcissist is playing all of this up so that the new supply is confused and deluded by their feelings. Now, the new supply thinks that there's evidence of this, right? They're looking around, they see the narcissist being attentive and giving them gifts and paying so much attention to them that they've never had this kind of attention before, right? So they're thinking this is evidence enough. But here's the deal. That doesn't last. And when that goes away, what happens to the feelings of being loved? Those feelings go away too. So, this temporary actions of the narcissist is not actual evidence, it's just manipulation. Evidence is when the narcissist behaves the way the new supply believes them to be, right? When the narcissist is truly a good person. When the narcissist is not a double speaker, not a backstabber, not a gossiper, not someone who's taking advantage of others. And the new supply even sees this. The new supply sees the narcissist's bad side, but will convince themselves it's not there. They don't want to see that evidence. They only pay attention to the act, to the manipulation, to the theater that the narcissist is providing for the new supply. So, how does this affect us? Well, we go through the same type of thing, or we have with the narcissist. So we can understand when we felt like we were the soulmate, when we felt like we were loved and seen and appreciated in a way that nobody else appreciated us. That's the way the narcissist had treated us until they decided not to anymore. So here's the deal. We're still doing that to ourselves. If we are looking over and seeing the new supply and the narcissist, and our feelings are telling us that we're unworthy, we're deprived of attention, and we have far less than what the new supply has. We're on the outs. We're not loved. We're unappreciated. We start to feel like we are not worthy, right? That is just our feeling. Our feelings are not real either when we're making it up based on what we perceive to be the truth. We don't know what the new supply is really going through, right? We don't see what's happening behind closed doors. We don't see the arguments happening until 4 o'clock in the morning. We're not seeing that they're being isolated from their families or that their life is falling apart because the narcissist is a total drunk. We're not seeing that, but we know that it happens because we were there. We used to be the new supply ourselves. So when we're feeling like the new supply somehow has it better off, or somehow the narcissist has changed for the new supply. They're no longer drinking, they're no longer taking drugs, they're suddenly now faithful, they're going to get their life in order and their finances in order, and they're going to get this wonderful job. We are fooling ourselves as much as the narcissist is fooling the new supply. So don't fall into this trap of feelings telling you lies and deception about what's really there. When you can look over there and see that the narcissist is out meandering and going to bars and clubs without the new supply, you know that's the evidence that things are not going well with the new supply. When the narcissist is calling you and trying to hoover you back into a relationship with them, even though they're with the new supply, you know the new supply is not doing well. When you hear that the narcissist is driving, a clunker and is living off of the new supply and that they're going into more debt, you know that they're not having a better life than you are. So instead of feeling like, oh, well, they're doing so well because pictures are showing up on social media. They look happy. They're sitting at a restaurant. They're having drinks together. These pictures are little snapshots in time to fool you into feeling like you're worthless, fool you into feeling like you are not as well off as they are. And don't let that happen to you. Now, the new supply's feelings are completely fake, and we know that. We know that what they're feeling isn't real. What they're feeling is not based on something that's real or lasting, right? It may be just a temporary thing. So maybe it's real for that moment, I guess, but it's not real because everlastingly real, that is, because it doesn't, it's not based on reality. It's not based on true love, and it's not based on truth. So you're always going to want to know what the truth is. And the way you find out what the truth is, you look for evidence. And then you pile up the evidence. You don't just look for one little sign. You look for multiple signs. And that will give you the evidence that points you towards truth. So when you're feeling really down and you're thinking that your life is a disaster and the new supply and the narcissist are having a much better life than you are, take a real look at your life. Take a look around you. Are there still people who love you? Do you still have friends who care about you, who still want to spend time with you? Do you still have family that check up on you and want to know how you're doing? This is a good life. If you have all of that and you have children who love you, or you have a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend who like to spend time with you, why then are you obsessing over what the new supply is doing and how they're feeling? Because they're going to post as if their life is great. They're going to post as if their feelings are reality. When we've already walked that road, we've already seen where that road ends, and it does not end well. It ends in a dumpster fire, right? We all know that. So don't get too upset when you see the narcissist and their new supply appearing as if they're having a great life. It's all appearances. We know that it may last for a few months. It might even last, they might post for several years, but I kind of doubt that. I really haven't seen that. I've seen and witnessed the ones where the narcissist tries to hoover back their exes, even though they're with the new supply. So you know that the narcissist is still suffering from their vices. They're still in the rut that they were in. They're not coming out of it. They need people to keep feeding their ego. So the new supply is not doing it for them anymore. But the new supply is going to convince themselves and delude themselves into feeling that their soulmate is not really cheating on them, is not really lying to them, is not really cheating them of their money, is not really taking advantage of them. Because if they were to face reality and face truth, then their whole fantasy world will fall apart. So I hope that has helped you guys understand that feelings are not always a good way to determine truth. And in fact, most of the time, feelings deceive us. We want to have feelings that are backed up by truth and backed up by multiple pieces of evidence that point us to truth, right? We don't want to believe something just because it happened once, right? Just because at the beginning the narcissist was great with us, but then the rest of the time that you were with the narcissist, it was a total nightmare. So just because for a week or a month the narcissist was wonderful, or maybe even half a year, the narcissist was pouring attention onto you, but sprinkled within that half of a year, the narcissist is probably also treating you badly and is now treating the new supply badly. Don't go by feelings, because feelings a lot of times will deceive you. and it is absolutely deceiving the new supply now. Well, you guys, that's the uh, whole point of the show today. And if you want to hear actually more of the details and examples that we used, go ahead and watch the live stream, which is about an hour. Thank you so much for subscribing and giving me a thumbs up and commenting. Please also watch a commercial once in a while. That really helps my channel and helps it to get, out there more, because the channels whose commercials are watched, they're going to be pushed out more. So thank you guys so much. Blessings to you, and I will see you next week.